valuable lesson in this, right? Because the network wanted to do one more season of The Fresh Prince. And I remember I was considering I was going to do one more season of The Fresh Prince, and we'd done an episode or something with John Amos. Okay. And John Amos came to me, he said, hey man, listen. He's like, don't overstay your welcome on TV. He was like, you're doing great stuff. He's like, you do not want to get canceled in the middle of a season. It's like, go out on your terms, the way that you want to go out, be able to say goodbye to your fans. Don't get caught.
Okay.
You know?
That was good advice.
And then, so this was the 6th season, and I had an opportunity to do one more season, but I was feeling like the quality wasn't necessarily going to stay up, and I decided to end the show in the 6th season.
Taking responsibility, accepting responsibility is not an admission of guilt. Like you're not admitting that you're at fault. Taking responsibility is a recognition of the power that you seize when you stop blaming people. It's not like you're letting somebody who wronged you off the hook. Like taking responsibility is an act of emotional self-defense. Taking responsibility is taking your power back. Like everybody was sitting at home looking at their devices, right? When what felt like a new atrocity to some people, but was happening over and over again for African Americans, and for this to happen in this time for the whole world to see what we've been saying for hundreds of years.
Yes.
My grandmother taught me to try to be thankful for these times and these opportunities, to try to be thankful for your pain, you know, and we are in a circumstance that we've never been before. The entire globe has stood up and said to the African American people, we see you and we hear you. How can we help? We've never been there before.
The being prepared for the next thing is so wildly critical. I think life in general is rise and fall. Everything is rise and fall. And there's been a couple times in my life where I got caught holding on to the last wave while it's dying.
Oh, I have a good quote for that.
Yeah.
I have a Casey Neistat quote,
What Casey
which
said?
is like that I don't even, he probably didn't make this up, but Tarzan can't get to the next branch if he doesn't let go of the first one.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of
real.
that same philosophy.
Yep, absolutely. And you've got to be, when you're grabbing that first one and you're holding it, it's going to be there, it's fantastic, but you got to know that you're going to have to let go at some point, because the same thing that saved your life, if you hang on, it'll kill you.
Taking responsibility, accepting responsibility is not an admission of guilt. Like you're not admitting that you're at fault. Taking responsibility is a recognition of the power that you seize when you stop blaming people. It's not like you're letting somebody who wronged you off the hook. Like taking responsibility is an act of emotional self-defense. Taking responsibility is taking your power back.
No matter whose fault it is that something is broken, if it's your responsibility to fix it. It's not somebody's fault if their father was an abusive alcoholic, but it's for damn sure their responsibility to figure out how they're going to deal with those traumas and try to make a life out of it. It's not your fault if your partner cheated and ruined your marriage, but it is for damn sure your responsibility to figure out how to take that pain and how to overcome that and build a happy life for yourself. Fault and responsibility do not go together. It sucks, but they don't. When something is somebody's fault, we want them to suffer. We want them punished. We want them to pay. We want it to be their responsibility to fix it. But we're pointing the finger and stuck in whose fault something is, we're jammed and trapped into victim mode. When you're in victim mode, you are stuck in suffering. The road to power is in taking responsibility. Your heart, your life, your happiness is your responsibility and your responsibility alone.
That you have to maintain, and that's the one with you, right? And it's like, if you're not loving you, if you're not taking care of you, everything and everybody is second to you taking care of you.
Can you come back tomorrow?
You need to let that breathe right
And when you have bad relationships, and when things go wrong, which they always will, it's like, you know, me and Jada be going at it, me and my kids, you know, there's heavy debates around things a lot. But first and foremost, when you are steady and calm in yourself, it makes it easier to manage the insanity that other people are going to bring to you. Because like, as soon as somebody else is off the hook, if you respond to off the hook with off the hook, the relationship's done.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like taking care of you, centering yourself. The airline's got it right. Put your mask on first before attempting to assist others.